Really good. Got a lot of guys back. Had an exceptional defense last year. Probably one of the best in the country. And then, from the looks of it, like some of their guys really improved offensively. So it's going to be a really, really great challenge. And going to give us a good barometer here early where we're at, what we need to continue to work on.
How do you balance going out and trying to win a game versus trying to experiment and iron some things out before the games actually matter?
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of what these things are for, and that's the beauty of these. Is in the back here, obviously you're competitive, and your guys are competitive, and you want to play it as a game. But then, we're in the process of working through things and trying to figure out where we can be the most successful. Whether it's offensively, defensively, lineups, or all of that.
Do you treat this like those secret exhibitions that you play? Or, I mean, it's a little different format, but are you still going to do the same things, or do you do things differently?
I mean, to be honest with you, those things, we'd always have these great plans, and then you get competitive, and they just turn into a game anyway, and you just try to win the game pretty much. And then we weren't supposed to talk about it. So I think the beauty of this is it's opening it up to everybody, and everybody gets to look at it, and I hope they do via the pay-per-view thing. I think that's going to be a fun, kind of exciting way to kind of open up maybe some avenues down the road. I kind of envision it being that.
What's the thing that makes a Rick Barnes' team so tough?
I mean, he's been so different over all the years we've played him. It just seems like they've really settled in now to just being an elite defensive team. And then, like I said, I mean, I think based on just a little bit that we've exchanged some film, they look like they're really, really improved offensively, kind of individually with their skills and their ability to make baskets at a bunch of different spots.
How active were you and Rick just to bring the game together with each other or whoever you had to get with?
Yeah, no, that was just kind of us, just kind of putting it together and kind of season on. First putting it together because we thought it'd be great, again, just to kind of get your guys excited to do it. And then I've always found in the past it's really been good for our guys to be able to do something like that to prepare us for the schedule we're playing. I mean, we're going to play against that elite level athlete, and defensive pressure, and high level guys, and then you're ready to go once our regular season starts, which we all know is going to be ridiculously hard.
Mark, is it time to play somebody else in the development of the preseason before you play a game that really counts?
Yeah, it is, and it's. Yeah, it always gets like this. The guys are tired of going against each other, and I think, from a coaching standpoint, you actually kind of want to see how people are going to attack you and how they're going to defend you, and then we'll have to make adjustments with that as you go on through the season, because that'll continue to happen. But yeah, it's time. I think that's kind of the difference between college and pros. Is pros like practice 5 times and start playing games, and we've been going at it pretty all through the summer, all through the fall, and then now this. So yeah, they're ready to try somebody else.
Are you happy with where they are as 2 weeks before the season starts?
I mean, again, it's happy's relative, I guess. Until you start playing these other teams, see how you stack up. I mean, you don't really know. You kind of think you might, but you just kind of see where we stack up.
With Tennessee's 4 elite guards that they have, they brought in the transfer guard as well. How do your guards stack up with them, and how great is this to have this right off the bat to see such a good matchup?
Yeah, I mean, I think you answered your own question right there. I don't know. We'll find out. But it's great that we're able to do this, and we can all sit around and watch my guys shoot on their own and play against each other, but until we play Tennessee, we'll find out how we kind of do in that matchup. So I'm as interested as you are in how that turns out. Hard to predict.
How many tickets was Drew able to steal for this game? Did he get more than his usual allotment?
Yeah. Hey, there's still tickets available. I know we're having this thing down in football country, but there's tickets available. So might be a chance for Zag fans to go down and watch us live. And like I said, I think it's really cool trying this pay-per-view. I've been trying to kind of push that in some of our other areas, and to me, this game was played in December. I mean, it'd be a pretty huge TV number. So I mean, I don't know why it shouldn't be now. It's I think people are going to watch it, whether it counts or not. People are going to always reflect back on it. It's going to make an impression on coaches' minds and even committee members' minds, even though it's not supposed to count.
How beneficial are some of these secret ones that won't be seen in the past 4 or 5 years with whoever?
They've been huge. I mean, yeah, they've been huge because again, like what you guys have brought up, like we were able to ascertain how we matched up. Physically, could we handle the athleticism of a Michigan State on the glass over the years? Or we did some with Baylor, and we've done it with Texas, and they're a really, really good barometer for the schedule that we play preseason, and I think it gets our guys used to that level of talent and that level of athleticism, probably most importantly is size. That we're going to just this gauntlet of games coming up here in November, early December.
Nolan's coming out here to talk to us in a minute. What are you seeing from him? Has he locked up the spot yet, or
yeah, he's been really rock solid. He's had a nice fall, and he's really, I think, made a big jump from last year to this year, and yeah, I mean, I've been pleasantly surprised with him. He's had to log a lot of minutes in practice and all that, so it'll be fun again and interesting to see how he was. They got, and I butcher the name, but Vescovi's an old, tough, veteran kind of guard, really, really super smart, and then Ziegler's just quick on quick. There's going to be some really, really good challenges for Nolan just right off the jump here.
Got time for one more for Coach?
There's been a lot of discussion about NCAA tournament expansion, rumors floating around the last few weeks.
Yeah.
I think Coach Izzo came out and said that he was in favor of it. Coach Drew said yesterday that he would be okay with 128 teams in the tournament. Where do you kind of stand on that right now?
Yeah, I mean, I think I heard, like I read where Bill Self was, hey, 55, 45 or whatever. I'd be probably in that. I could probably be swayed one way or the other for addition, or I mean, it really is. I think the greatest sport, or tournament going, and you don't want to mess with it, but at the same time, some of the points they bring up about just the availability in regards to how many people, 68 out of 360, and pretty much every team makes a bowl game in football, blah, blah, blah. So it's interesting. But I don't know that I have a real strong opinion one way or the other than it's great now, so don't screw it up too bad, in my advice.
Is it time to finally do that?
Yeah, it's definitely not time to play someone else. Especially this is my 4th year doing this. October's a long month. It's just scrimmages and practice. So I think everyone's excited to play someone else at this moment.
I'm sure you were in favor of that well before the coaches were in favor of playing somebody else, right?
Yeah, definitely. Definitely want to play someone else. I think we're sick of beating each other up in practice, and yeah, it's going to be fun playing someone else.
From the past scrimmages, the private ones, this one will be a little different. What did you take from this? What kind of learning environment is that to go play Michigan State or wherever in a gym in Salt Lake?
Yeah, from the past scrimmages, it's always competitive, and there's a lot to learn from those scrimmages. And I think this one's going to be different just because there's fans, but it's going to be the same mentality as playing hard, playing against one of the best teams in the country. So I think we just got to approach it as playing as hard as we can and just learn from what we can learn from these games, these scrimmages.
Going against Placid and Kumwa so early on, right before you guys get into the regular season, it's a big test for you guys. How are you feeling heading into that?
We're excited. That's what we want. We want to play the best, and it's going to be a scrimmage, but I think it's going to be competitive, and we're going to see where we are in the season right now and at the beginning and what we can improve on. So I think it's going to be big learning experience for all of us.
Is it a better test for what's ahead in the next month and a half, and maybe a normal scrimmage where it doesn't count and there's no fans? Is this a better barometer for you guys?
Yeah, I think this will be a good test for us because of the schedule that we have coming up and the teams that we're playing in the SEC. So I think this is the perfect game that we could have before we play all these big teams.
Do you like where you guys are right now?
I would say so, yeah. We really don't know yet because we haven't played anyone else besides ourselves. But right now, I think we're all meshing together well and we're playing good together. So, yeah.
What do you look for in something like this? Does it change now that the opponents are a little bit better than maybe other exhibitions that you guys had in the past? Or?
I don't think it changes too much. I think effort, just playing hard, and I think just trying to win. I think that doesn't change at all.
Anton, is your role going to change this year? What do you see happening there?
I think it could change a little bit just because Chet's not here anymore, and I'm gonna have to step up and be more of a leader. And I'm a senior this year, so I think a lot of things I'm gonna have to teach to the younger guys, and I think my role is gonna change a little bit.
Anton, you've been here a long time. This gauntlet that you have coming up is probably the craziest schedule that you've had since you've been at Gonzaga. Just what's your mindset heading into it, and how do you feel about the tough schedule early?
I'm really excited, man. This is why I chose Gonzaga. This is my 4th year here. I'm not gonna take it for granted. I'm really excited to play all these teams, especially Kentucky and Spokane. Like, that's just one of my dreams. So I'm super excited.
Anything changed physically? Or you look leaner? Is that an imagination or true?
I'll say I'm a little leaner.
On purpose?
Yeah, on purpose. So it feels better on my body, on my knees, and it's definitely helped with conditioning and all that. So I definitely worked on my body a lot over the summer and right after the season, honestly.
How'd you do it? What'd you do?
I lost a little weight, and I just been in the weight room a lot, working out with Travis Knight, and it's been nice.
That'll do it.
Is there a diet change that goes into that, or is it mostly more kind of weight room, or a little bit of both?
A little bit of both. Yeah, we have a nutritionist that we've been working with, but I think it's just being locked in the weight room and cutting out the junk food and focusing on what I'm eating.
Friday's going to be kind of a home game for Drew. Has he gone around the locker room asking for extra player tickets to fulfill all of his requests down there? Or?
He hasn't asked, but I think we already know. We're about to have the whole Dallas watching him, so I'll give him my tickets. I don't mind that.
How do you think the experience of this team differs from last year, and where can you tell that this team is more experienced than some of the past? How's it going to help you guys this year?
I think it's just because we have a lot of veterans and we have a lot of young guys, and I think we just mix well together. It's kind of like some of the old teams, but every team's different, and we gonna find out the potential of this team this year.
We got time for one more question from the media reporter.
Hey.
Anytime.
Yep.
Who's winning the one-on-one? Me or you?
Me or you?
Yeah.
What you mean, in the post or on the perimeter?
No, one-on-one, perimeter, whatever.
Man, I'm gonna say myself, but hey, I'm just confident in myself, man.
What are you doing outside of basketball? And that is my foundation, TGB Foundation. It's the Give Back Foundation. It's something that I hold in Seattle, Washington for kids in the community. You can get there on TGB Foundation on Instagram, Twitter. It's all over there.
It's an excellent question and answer.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Did you read the ESPN story on Rotary, and What did you think of that in Seattle basketball game?
Yeah, I did, and all props to Paolo for putting the home team on the map. It's been a thing for a long time now. It just hasn't really got the spotlight. I feel like it should need it, and it got it. So I love it. I just want to continue to boost it and promote it as much as possible. So yeah.
Nolan, from learning from Andrew and Rozier last year, now you're the guy. You've got the keys to the offense. How does it feel? How are you embracing that role right now?
It feels good, man. Just getting these guys in order. Getting them suited up and ready for the big schedule this year. It just means the world to me. Learning from the older guys last year, being able to sit back and really watch and gain knowledge. That's pretty much my whole intention was. So I'm ready to go.
And then with an exhibition like this against Tennessee, right off the bat, you get to go against Sakai and Santiago, two great guards. Just what do you think about that right off the bat before you even get into the regular season?
It's definitely going to be a fight. Definitely going to be a battle. It's going to be fun, competitive, and I'm ready. I can't wait.
To follow up on his question about Andrew, what did you learn, not necessarily playing with him or practice with him, what did you learn when you were sitting on the bench watching?
Honestly, just his reads and how mature his game is. His poise, his pace to things. I kind of sort of just take a few aspects of his game and try to implement it into our offense because it works so well. So that's just pretty much what I try to do.
Where are you at compared to a year ago, physically, mentally, confidence-wise, now compared to then?
Oh, I'm definitely much more. I feel like higher in my confidence-wise, my game-wise, my physical-wise, definitely took a larger step than last year. I feel like coming into freshman year, I had no experience, of course, but not only that, my body just didn't form, I feel like, as much as it is now. So now that I'm at where I want to be at, my weight and everything, I feel like I'm good to go, too.
You had playmakers last year. What is this group of playmakers like for you to deal with?
Yeah, we had a lot of playmakers last year, but we got playmakers as well this year, willing to do whatever to win, willing to put the ball in the rim, get some defensive stops. So I feel like we gonna leave off on the right step.
Sounds like Julian's gonna slide into that small ball forward role, kind of like Corey Cooper played a couple years ago. What do you think allows him to play that spot, and what do you think a small length like that is going to be able to do?
Definitely he's going to implement a lot of speed to the game. We already play so much fast. I feel like implementing another four is just lightning fast at that point. Just constantly moving the ball and just to be able to bring that other big man out, the other four men on the opponent team out and work open out that middle. So, I feel like it's going to be real good.
Is that lineup one of the reasons that kind of attracted you to Gonzaga watching that team 2 years ago? Shooting, the pace, and the open floor that they had?
Oh yeah, definitely.
You mentioned your game taking the next step. What areas would you say?
All areas. I feel like in the game of basketball, you can never stop learning. Your game and the majority of the game of hoop. So by the time you're done learning about that, you should stop hooping. So I'm gonna keep on learning, keep on growing until my career's over with.
I can't remember who the secret scrimmage was against last year for you guys.
The secret scrimmage? You remember the secret scrimmage last year when we played against? I don't think we had one because of COVID, right?
Two exhibition games.
That's right.
Yeah, exhibitions,
Got time for one more?
How has Malachi kind of assimilated into this offense, and what have you seen from him since he's been here?
Oh, real well. He's matured, already. So, him sprinkling some, those flavors and his game to us younger guys, Hunter, me. As of me, I just take aspects of everybody's game and try to implement it into mine. So it's not like he's a out standard or nothing. We bring him in like he's on one of ours. He's been real good to us, so you can't complain with that.